So I'm in a space right now where I have only questions. Um, I talk about the that place of darkness or the void, like where everything is unknown and not yet formed or manifest. That's actually like a really beautiful place to be because it's the place of pure possibility. Um, but it doesn't feel comfortable, and so the questions I have right now are a few days ago when it kind of hit me that the women of Korea and other Asian countries who have actually countries all over the world that have been sex slaves during wartime and other times, that is very much part of my performance and part of the story that I'm telling, because it's about the ways that we are enslaved, specifically because of sexuality. So the ways we are enslaved by our gender identity, the ways that affects the relationship between mothers and daughters, our relationship to our bodies, intimacy, and the way that it shows up in our world in the most like horrendous ways through actual enslavement and rape. So the day that I realized that I was going to that these global crimes they're part of my story. I found out that my mom knows a woman who's the head of an organization in Washington D.C. that supports awareness about the women in particular who were called comfort women during World War II by the Japanese. So I met with her, and she's amazing, an amazing person, and is involved in many different activities, including, and we had a lot of connections. Like, she sees art as healing. She's a professor of art history, and we have to talk further, but it sounds like there's a lot of great opportunities for me to work with her and create something together. And also, probably I could receive her support in kind of bringing this performance together. And yeah. But it's interesting because it's a very different feeling from, like, I felt like what I was being asked to do was to really surrender to the idea of kind of traveling, like, with this show, and letting the universe support me in unplanned ways, like just going out into the open road. And this idea really scared me. It scares me, but it also felt really clear and kind of like this past few years I've been feeling like I've been going on this like steady, slow climb, towards like really clarifying how I'm serving people, and continuing my own internal healing so that I can reflect the light more clearly and the dark. And I kept feeling like, you know, that the outer success, you know, would come when and that it was kind of, but I'm actually feeling like it might be the opposite. Like I actually have to go deeper down into what looks like failure to the ego, like to even be more detached, you know, to have even less security. Like I'm already in a place where I don't have my own home, I don't have a job, but to, you know, to really like go out on the road and not even try to connect with clients or make money in any kind of way, that is actually where I'm heading and what needs to happen for me to experience true abundance, which is actually just complete openness and trust and knowing that like everything in the world supports me and it doesn't matter what it looks like or what form it takes. So that was it's frightening, but it also made sense, and I was sitting with that. And so this kind of opportunity that sounds like it's opening up with this woman would be more like it feels safer, like I would be, you know, have support. I would be working within organizations, and I can't tell if it's kind of like something to just relieve the tension, and it's actually more of something that would constrict me. Like it looks good on the outside, you know, it's like working with causes that mean something to me and doing good work in the world with the support of organizations. But I'm just wondering if that's actually not what my soul is asking for, like what would really serve. Because a question that's coming up is like, you know, how do we bring awareness and share the stories that need to be told without it being in the old way or like a fighting against and I think the way is to just simply share the stories. I mean, in an artful way, without trying to do anything about it, without an agenda, and other than to share the truth. And so I saw the movie Into the Wild tonight, and I'd heard about it for a really long time, and I finally watched it tonight. And so of course it kind of, at first I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's like another sign that I'm meant to really just give up everything. And because it's about a young man who is from an affluent family and graduates college, and instead of going the normal route, he gives up everything to experience true freedom and truth, to live in simplicity and live by his own means, you know. And but in the end, he realizes that he needs people, that it's not meant, even though God is in everything, and there is, you're never really alone, even in solitude, because everything is speaking to you and alive, but that still there's a place for people, for actual interactions with people. And So, and another thing that's been coming to me is this idea of this feeling that there's something very deep and old, like primal, that's ready to kind of almost explode. And so I'm just sitting with all of this, like what is really the best way that I can serve, like what really is wanting to come through me is the way to help create a new world, is the path for that, to go deeper into my connection with the mother and the earth through my own like solitude and kind of surrendering all the social conditioning and ties, you know? Or is it to work in the level of, you know, organizations and people and being out, you know, speaking and to as many people as I can. So, and I'm sure it's probably some kind of combination, but these are the questions.